Hello, my fellow viewers. It's me, Chibi Yumi, and it has been a while since I have posted on YouTube again, but this video is actually like something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but I didn't because I was busy. I've been like really sick in and out of the hospital, and my pride wouldn't let me. So that being said, today's video is going to be about college and like what happened to me. Like, I'm still in college right now, but I'm in a community college, and after I give my story, I'm just gonna give my advice, and then I'm gonna like, say whatever for the day. But basically, I got accepted to 4 colleges, and out of the 4 colleges, I had chose to go to Bloomsburg. And Bloomsburg was like, it was like a summer thing though. Like, I was like halfway in, but I needed to prove that I really wanted to get in there. So I went for the summer, and it was like my first college experience, being on campus, being away from home, all of that. Everything was new to me. The air was even different. The food was definitely different. It was disgusting, but whatever, I'm not gonna get into that. So yeah, I set off on my merry way, went right after I graduated high school for the summer. I spent my summer at Bloomsburg University, and my impression of the campus itself was very beautiful. It was nothing like this site. I loved the way that it looked. I will never, ever talk down on 2 things about Bloomsburg. 1, the way the campus is made. It's beautiful. And 2, technically 3, the grass. Like, I don't know what it is. I got like this weird thing for nice cut grass. It's just, I don't know if it's fake or not, but I love that grass. And 3 is their gym, because they have, like, when you go to their gym, way in the back, like where there's like a yoga room, and it's built for like people that do like yoga or boxing or whatever like that. And there's like these 2 big speakers where you can, and it's like got a audio cord, an aux cord already built into it, so you can just plug your phone in and do whatever. And the whole wall is made out of mirror. So me being a dancer, I had a whole lot of fun with that. That being said, when I went to Bloomsburg, I was scared. I was scared out of my mind because I had no friends. I wasn't familiar with anyone. Most of my friends didn't even go to college yet. Like, at the time, they were having fun in Philly, spending their last chances together after they just graduated, and they were going to different colleges. So I wasn't going to see any of them. Like, I didn't know anybody that got accepted to Bloomsburg. So I went by myself, no friends. I spent the campus alone. Well, I spent being on campus by myself. There was other people there with me, and they had to prove. There were thousands of students ended up getting kicked out anyway, because they didn't even make it within the first 2 weeks of the criteria that you needed to meet in order to stay for the summer. So I struggled with depression and anxiety so bad. Like, I mean, like, I literally almost attempted suicide. Now, I had almost attempted suicide for like three reasons. 1, my ex-boyfriend. I was still trying to get over him at the time. 2, I was getting bullied like a mother. Like, I was like, girls were just hating on me as soon as I stepped on campus. And I didn't understand that, because like, we're in the same program. There's a possibility I can be your dorm mate, and you have beef with me and you don't even know me, whatever. And the 3rd was that I was homesick. wasn't used to being away from my family and shit like that. So when I came to campus, I had to get adjusted to where everything was. They gave us our own cards, like we had an ID card, and we had to like make sure that we never lost it because we only got one that was free that had our meal plan on it. It had our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we were still set on a budget. So I didn't mind that, but like I said, because I had no friends, I didn't really want to be on campus like eating by myself. You know what I'm saying? It was just depressing as fuck. Like I did everything by myself, and I'm not saying that I expected things to be handed to me on a silver platter, or that I expected to have everybody like me, but it's just like it was kind of like summer camp, and you would just expect at least somewhere in the middle you would have a friend. I kid you not, my main friends were my PAs. What do they call it? PAs, I think, or VAs or whatever. They were the shit. Like they could just tell that I was like really depressed when I stepped foot on campus. And one of them, I really loved him because he reminded me of Leonard from The Big Bang Theory. I mean, the exact way. I mean, the way that he looks, the way that he spoke, even the same height, skin complexion, all of that. He reminded me 100% of Leonard, and I love that. But I'm just saying, like, aside from that, he was an awesome person. He was a really big sweetheart, and everybody else was pretty dope except for one of the RAs. I kind of had beef with her. She was a little sneaky to me. Like, you know how they say whatever you say to certain people is confident. It's kind of like therapy. Her, on the other hand, she was like a gossiper. I don't like people that gossip. So I didn't trust her. But everybody, all the other RAs, I fucked with them like heavy. So every day I'd walk into the lunchroom, breakfast room, dinner, all that. They found me somehow, and they would let me sit with them, and they'd be like, come on, come sit with us. You know how awkward that is? Like, you're only sitting with the RAs. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing, but you want to be within your age group, you know? They were a little older than me, so it was like awkward. But one of them, she was my rock, and she knows who she is. Two of them I'll never forget about. One of them wasn't even my RA, but I loved her to the max. So anyway, moving on. My class, we had 2 classes. I had an English class, and then I had a public speaking class. So, first of all, I was writing class, my bad. My writing professor straight up didn't like me. I don't know if it was because she was racist. I don't know if it was because she, like, you know, just had this stereotype that I was stupid or, like, retarded because, I don't know, like, whatever the fuck. Because I was, like, you see how I look. I'm not saying that I'm pretty, but a lot of people consider me to be like competition, or they look at me and they don't think that I have a brain. Like they just think that, oh, she's one of those pretty girls who's stupid. Like, no, I'm not like that. So automatically she kind of like categorized me and like made me feel like an outcast the moment I came to the damn class, and I didn't like that vibe she gave me. So I had to prove to her that I could make it in her class. She literally told me that, oh, college isn't for everyone. You know, like, maybe you should just go home when this is all over, and you don't have to try college. You can just, like, you know, sit out and find something else to do with your life. Now, to some people, you're probably like, that's not really bad advice, you know, like, college isn't for everyone. You're right, college isn't for everyone. But for a person that has been told her whole life that she's stupid, that she's never going to amount to anything, that she has no goals, no ambitions, based off of the way that she looks, you don't want to hear that shit. You don't want to hear that you want to go home, that you should just go home and just like basically not even try, just throw in the towel. Because who the fuck says that to a student? Your job as a professor is to encourage us to do better, to believe in ourselves. Not necessarily you don't have to like us, but you know, why would you take on a job if you don't give a fuck about the student? Like, I know most professors just do it for the money, but for the vast majority of professors that I know that are at colleges, they don't act like that. They actually want to see their students succeed. So that was her attitude towards me. So I had to prove that bitch wrong, cause she was getting on my damn nerves with her attitude. I ain't fuck with that. She was another reason why I was depressed, why I wanted to go home. Cause I'm like, well, damn. Even if the professor don't believe in me, why am I here? What am I proving? It wasn't but my best friend to bring me out of this. It was him. It was one of my RAs, and it was the counselor. Because I was in such a deep depression. Like, and then on top of that, I had went to one of like the counselors, and he knew that my depression was bad because I explained to him I have panic attacks. And so he was like, oh, no. There is no need for you to be having a panic attack. You're supposed to be, you know, trying to have fun. We don't want you to feel uncomfortable on our campus. You know, even though you're here to do some work, you're also young. You need to have fun too. We don't want your first college experience to be something that, you know, you don't want to come back. So they did everything they could to make me happy. I'm sorry, I'm feeling kind of emotional because looking back, it made me appreciate people like that on this world. You know, it just makes you want to never give up. So he like asked me where I was from. I explained to him that I was from Philly. I explained to him which part of Philly that I was from, and more importantly, which high school I went to. He went off. And when I mean he went off, I mean he legit grabbed one of the people that worked there, and this was a Caucasian guy, by the way. I felt so bad for him. He sat him in his office and explained to him about me being basically oppressed by white people, right? And he made that poor guy feel like shit. Now, I thought it was highly unnecessary because what did that guy do to me? My beef wasn't with him. My beef was with that bitch I had as a fucking professor. You dag? Like, that other dude that he was telling off, I had a crush on him because he was fine as hell. Like, I ain't have no beef with him. Like, I was just like, you can, like, you know, you want this number? Like, anyway, I'm just joking. Or am I? I'm kidding. But yeah, so, anyway, he had like explained to me that things are going to get better, but I just have to work for it. So to get my mind off of being homesick and depressed, I had an RA that I met, and I love her so much. I'm really upset that she's no longer there, but for the time being, she made my summer feel very special. She's one of the RAs that I loved. She had strategies, and she told us that no matter what we go through, she will always be there for us. She literally meant that, and she did that. So she taught Zumba classes. I would attend the Zumba classes. I would work out. I would dance to get my mind off of everything. She fed me. Like, she just really made me feel wanted and like appreciated. And that is how you're supposed to feel, especially when it's your first time on campus. You don't want to come in wanting to leave. Like, the whole point of you going to college is to get your education, but to also have memorable moments that you don't want to forget. It's like prom. You only live once, you know? So, I had worked my ass off to pass that writing class, and I got a B in that class, and I was fucking proud of myself because I did what that professor said I couldn't do. And that being said, I was still getting bullied. I was getting bullied, like, so bad. And I just didn't understand what was wrong with me. Like, I was asking everybody, I was like, what did I do? And everybody just kept saying, "There's nothing wrong with you. It's just you're pretty." And the way that I'm built, that's not my fault. Like, I didn't ask to be born this way. I think that I'm personally ugly. That's why I try so hard to make myself look pretty. Because if I was, so sure of myself, I wouldn't go the extra mile to put on all this makeup and stay in the bathroom for hours trying to perfect something if I knew and was very confident that I was beautiful. So that was my main problem at that college, was just getting bullied. Bullying happens everywhere. You can't escape. I'm not saying that, oh, don't go to Bloomsburg because they have a major bullying problem. I'm not saying that because it happens everywhere, but I'm just saying, as your first experience, like, you don't want to, like, hit the campus and then you just like, I hate it. And I hated it. I hated being there. And then, like, I used to see on the weekends, my friends, like, not my friends, but like people that I associated with, they were able to go home on the weekends. They all had cars. Some of them were rich. They could go shopping. They could do things that I wasn't comfortable doing. Going out of my comfort zone. They would go to parties. They would drink. They did all this shit, and I just stayed in my room and went to the gym. I kid you not, this is my daily routine. I woke up, went to the breakfast room, got my breakfast, ate, went straight to the gym for a little bit, and then I went to class. Then after class, guess what I did? I didn't do my homework. I went back to the gym, I danced my ass off, then I came back and did my homework, and then I passed out. That was my daily routine every single day until the summer break was over. And I did have a roommate, and we were okay, but then we had some beef, and then I didn't fuck with her after that. And like I said, jealousy happens, racism happens, prejudice, ignorance, all of that. People are going to be people, but I'm a very sensitive person, and when people, like, when people treat you like shit, you just, like, your whole life, you just, like, you bottle yourself up. You don't want to be around anybody. You don't trust people. And me and females, I don't have female friends because females and I, we just don't fuck with each other. Like, I don't like the vibes that females give me. They always come at me with a negative mindset. And what I mean by that is not necessarily like they're Debbie Downers. I mean, like, they do stuff that I'm not personally comfortable with, and they try to encourage me and to that's the way of life, that the only way to survive and to be considered important is if you act like that. Now, if you want to go out, smoke, drink, twerk, all that other shit, that's you. I'm not gonna come at you for the way that you are, but don't hate on me for being a homebody and for protecting myself and for not being comfortable with hanging out with people like that. Everybody has their own knit, and that's my knit. I like to stay in the house, read books, sometimes watch TV because I don't even watch TV, write poetry, and I love to dance. That's all I like to do. What's the problem with that? So, basically, like I said, I passed the program, got fully accepted, but I had to make a decision, because the thing was, like, once you passed the program, you literally only had like a day, and then you had to come back and move your stuff in. I lived far as shit. I don't know about anybody else, but I could not just get my black ass in the car and just go beep, 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 boom, I'm home. No. I had to get there by myself. Like, my mom got me a Greyhound ticket to get there, but once I got there, it was hell. I got lost. Like, I didn't know what a fucking campus was. I didn't know how to get in the campus. And then leaving to go back, I had all this stuff. I had a duffel bag, okay? A big-ass heavy duffel bag that one of my guy friends had to help me carry to the damn bus stop because it was so fucking heavy. I didn't even bring enough clothes for the summer. I thought that it was probably gonna be like a couple of weeks, boop, and then I'm gone. Nah, that shit was like a month. It was like a month. And I think it was like a month or two, I'm not sure. But I did not bring enough clothes for that. So that was another reason why I needed to go home, because I got sick of wearing the same clothes. I washed all my clothes because I had money to buy detergent. I also had packed detergent and stuff like that before I left. But you know, when you're on campus and you ain't got a job, it's your first time, after a while you run out of money. And my roommates were supplying for me. They were like giving me money to wash and dry my clothes, paying for me to get food sometimes, because like, you know, we had to eat past a certain time. We couldn't go to the cafeteria. So I felt like I was defenseless. I didn't feel like I fit in with anybody. So when I went home, first of all, I couldn't have been happier to go home and to finally change out of the clothes that I had. Another thing was I had to decide how I was going to get back, because I had money to go home, but I didn't have money to get back. So basically, I had to make a decision. And then when I thought about it, I was like, well, I was basically treated like shit anyway. I was basically depressed. I never want to feel like that again. And I know a lot of people make a big hype to go to college. Like, yes, I'm free. I can do what I want. But for a person that was cyber schooled, never really had friends her whole life, and is a homebody, what are you really missing? Like, you know, like, when you don't really have friends and you don't connect with people, you don't miss what you never had. So, when I came back home, my mom asked me how everything had went, and I told her the truth. I was miserable. And then, not to mention my health. I got really sick. It was when I had found out I had an ovarian cyst in my left ovary. I still have that, but it only got worse. It affected my health where I had to miss class, and I almost got in trouble, because in a summer program you can't miss any classes, because they're trying to give you a chance. If you miss in classes, how they gonna give you a chance for you to prove that you want to be on campus? So I didn't know that I had this, by the way. I didn't know that I had an ovarian cyst, because I didn't get checked out. So when I went to the nurse's office, I had almost fainted, and they told me that I needed to go home and get checked out and meet with my special, like, OBGYN and all this other stuff. So, basically, when I got back, I had made the decision that I didn't want to return back to Bloomsburg, and that I had to transfer to a community college for 3 reasons. I didn't like how I was being treated, I couldn't get back to Bloomsburg, and my health was really bad. And my deal is now, I know that I see a lot of people graduating high school now and they're going to college, and I'm happy for you. You know, I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't be going to college just because I had a bad experience. I'm just saying, for those of you who don't know what your first experience is like, I'm just trying to explain to you the possibility of what to expect when you first reach campus if you don't have any friends. Like, if you're a homebody and you've been cyber schooled and you're not used to associating with other people, your first semester of college is going to be difficult. You know, it's gonna probably be the most fun, because they have those freshman things where you get to, like, you know, eat all them calories and shit, and I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but I mean, go nuts. But good luck eating that nasty ass fucking campus food. That ain't for me, because that shit made me constipated, dang. I know that's TMI, but listen, I'm just being real with you. That campus food ain't nothing to fuck with. That's why most people bring their own food. Like, if you go to college your first year, I don't care, first year, second year, all that year, bring food, okay? Granola bars, mashed potatoes, ramen noodles, water. I cannot stress that enough. Popcorn if you have it. Our dorm had a microwave. I'm not saying every college has a microwave in the dorm, but ours had a microwave. So bring snacks because you're going to be hungry in the middle of the night. You know, you can't keep hitting up that nasty ass and nut ass cafeteria, especially if you don't have a car and you can't walk to your daily 7-Eleven, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, all that in the middle of the night. You're going to need them snacks. I'm going to say these last couple of points and then I'm going to sum this up because I got to get ready to go to bed. But what I basically wanted to touch bases on was I've spent my year and a half now at community college and I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm missing out on being at a college, but every time I think about it, I ask myself, like, what am I really missing out on? And I know most people are going to be like, oh, you can't just base everything off your first time experience. Yes, I can. Because that was my first experience being at a college. Like, I'm not saying every college is going to be like that same exact way. But as your first time, it's not going to be easy, especially if you don't have nobody there to help you. If you don't have no friends, no family, none of that, you're on your own. So, I think I've just been trying to find a way to adapt to being in a community college. I can definitely say my anxiety is still there, but I don't feel as uncomfortable. There's tons of other people that are there, and since I technically already have some experience with being on campus, this is within my community. It's within like my everyday life. You know, it's a place that I pass by and I see other people pass by. I have friends that go there. I'm familiar with the area. You know, I can walk. I don't need a car. Like, yeah, I need a bus, but for the most part, I could just walk. Like, you dig? Like, I like being in places that I'm familiar with. Like, you know, college is not going to be exactly, like, easy to get to. That's why most people recommend you to get a car. But at the same time, that shit was so boring because every week I was just in my dorm. Everybody I know was out partying, drinking, all of that stuff. They could go to fucking Six Flags. Half of them had family that lived like 3 blocks away. So if they wanted to, they could literally walk home and then come back the next day. So, yeah. I just want to say that for the people out there that are wondering and curious what college is like, don't be like 100% like listening to everything that I'm saying, because everybody's experience is different. Not everybody goes through the same thing, but be very open-minded of your surroundings. Be very open-minded of the situation that you're signing up for, because once you go, I mean, if you're not prepared and you don't have a car and you don't have friends or family, good luck. I really suggest for you to make as much friends as possible. I'm an introverted outrovert, so I associate when I need to, but for the most part, I stay by my damn self. I don't like talking to nobody. I like it being by myself because you don't have to hear, like, you know, all the drama that comes with making friends. So, I think that's all I'm going to say for now. But if I come up with anything else, I'll probably make a part 2 on this video. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you want to just like voice your opinion at the bottom, let me know. Have you been in a similar situation as I have? Do you have any advice? Should I make a part 2 to this video? You know, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification button, and yeah, guess I'll see you on the flip side. Bye bye.